I made a remix for Spectre, who are absolute techno legends, and in this video I want to show you a little bit how I put my own lead and my own step sounds into this. So this video is all about peak time techno, steps and massive basses. Let's go. So how to make steps is always an interesting question, and they are a very, very big part of my sound. So basically in this group there's different steps. None of them is included in the original by Spectre because it's more like my unique stuff into their track. So this is kind of my lead, my second lead for the track. I have their melody and then my second lead, and those sounds, they are supporting it. So if we listen to the lead first, this is what we have. It's a very, it's different rhythms, slightly different rhythms, or like sometimes even the same. Here we have a little difference, with some decay automations in Serum. So basically I have this patch here and it goes through a lot of OTT, so it feels very plucky and very metallic. And I have the decay here, the decay of envelope 2. It's right here. Yes. And it makes those little changes when the sound opens up and closes back down. So if I wouldn't have these, it would be a little boring. Because it would always sound the same. I have the velocities. They also already changed some stuff about the filter. You can see here velocity is mapped to noise, the frequency modulation of this oscillator, also a little bit the cutoff, just a little bit though, and the envelope over the cutoff, and that's it, and the volume, the amp. So velocity is doing a lot, but still I wanted to include those extra automations, mainly for the drop. As you can see, I didn't need them in the first part. Okay, this is a cool pattern, but it needs support, right? And this is where all the support steps come in. And if we listen to the loop now with all the support steps, all of a sudden it makes much more sense. I'm also going to put the kick and bass. So we have different sounds. We have 2 plucks and 2 reverse sounds. Maybe we check out the plucks first. This one is a very low one. There's a lot in the background. And it's very white. So you can imagine this one is very upfront. And this one is like, it's low in frequencies. It's also more in the back and also wider. So it's like a big difference in how it's perceived. It's also quieter, so a lot of stuff about this is on how to place the sounds again. So main pluck is right here, super bright, super strong, super compressed. This one, also plucky. Just correcting myself here, but not only compressed, of course, it's also compressed, but it's very plucky. And the pluckiness is what also makes it feel very close. This one is not so plucky, so it feels more far away. Imagine if you're in a canyon and somebody's clapping. If the person is 200 meters away from you, you will still hear the reverb and everything, but you won't hear like all the initial clap. While if somebody's very close to you and claps, first thing you hear is the initial clap. So So pluckiness, transients feel very close, while like something that is very compressed and doesn't have a lot of transients feels far away. Still, this sound is compressed. This is why I said it, but it still has the pluckiness, the high frequencies. So all this makes the difference. This one here is a little bit more upfront. This is also why it's repeating less often, and it's kind of playing together with the reverse one. So the reverse one I made with this sound. You can see it has the same chord settings. By the way, chords, I forgot. If you listen to this without the chords, so funny. So basically I included the -12 and then even the +7 to give it this extra flair and more power. Also with the OTT it feels a little thinner sometimes, so including the chords here was a nice way to make it bigger, make it brighter, and also place it in like more frequencies and a bigger range overall. So yeah, this reverse sound, I made it out of this one, but only with the oscillator 1, oscillator A. Super powerful, I think, and the FM step is just a immediate response. And this one you can actually get on Weltsound, our partners, Weltsound, the shop, for preset samples, all that. And this sound specifically is part of my artist pack, Cosmo artist pack on Weltsound. Check it out there, and you can use it for yourself. Last one is only this reverse here. It's a recording of a long reverb from this one. It's this send actually, this one. If I enable it, reverb for all eternity. So this is what I recorded, and then I reversed it to get this. So this is the steps section, right? You can also see from the arrangement, what's interesting is that we are repeating this on the root note. Then we have this little change that repeats a little more often, 3 times, and then we have this big change, repeats only once per track. So this moment becomes super special after the drop, right? Like it's actually quite some time after the drop. Like that's what you have to consider. That's 32 bars. I always keep messing the bars up. That's why I look down here. So yes, 32 bars after the drop is this one more main moment where the lead synth finally reveals the full spectrum it has. And this makes it feel very special, and also makes the arrangement much more interesting, because all of a sudden, a little later down the line, we get this variation. So that's all the plugs for my remix for Spectra, Something Inside Us. So I hope this was a helpful video for you. I want to let you know that this is actually part of a much bigger video, only available for the people of the 909 Tribe mentorship on School. So if you are interested in joining there and not only getting this video, but a video every month, a podcast every month, a mentor who gives you direct and private feedback, and a big community full of music producers that will help you, where you can discuss your questions and ask feedback for your tracks, and even much more, like remix challenges and all, it's way too much to list it here, then you should consider joining us there. Check the link in the description and maybe see you there.